What's going on, guys? It's Wafers, and welcome back to the Newport County Career Mode. It's episode 6, and today we are going to be ending off October and going into November. We're going to be playing the first round of the FA Cup and trying to work our way through this first season. So we've already played around 14 games, I believe, and this is the table after those 14 games. We have 12 wins, 2 draws, and 0 losses, an incredible 48 goals for, and we've only conceded 9. We are 11 points up in the table. As we take a look through the entire table, you can see who's at the top, who's at the bottom. And our first game is against Bradford City. We are playing a backup team in this one because the last game against Salford City was pretty close to this one, only a couple days away. So we had to play a backup side, which usually isn't too much of a problem. The players aren't that much low rated, so we're able to usually do pretty well. We start things off early here. Beatles gets through and he is able to finish that one. Only 48 rated, but every once in a while he does pop up and score a goal for us. So we start off the scoring here against Bradford City, but they would come back a little bit later in the first half, 5 minutes before the first stoppage, and they go through here with Evans. Bennett comes over, makes the slide challenge. He gets the shot off. It's saved, and the ref pulls it back for a penalty. And here it comes. Is it going to be yellow or is it going to be a red? And it's a straight red card. The ref sends off Scott Bennett in the 41st minute of the game for this challenge. Listen, it's not a good challenge by any means. You can see I'm pretty mad about that one. It wasn't a good challenge at all, but I'm not sure if it was a red card. His studs might have been up, that might have been why, but he got the shot away. It got on target, it was saved, but the ref does go with the straight red, and the following penalty is put into the back of the net as they send Townsend the wrong way. Now, what I did to counter this, I took off one of my strikers and brought on a replacement center back, but right before the break, in added time, we concede a second goal, and this one was pretty frustrating. As you can see, the corner comes in, bounces off of one of our defenders, and gets volleyed home. You can see it here, he volleys it right near the near post. It's parried into our own net, and we go down 2-1. Into the second half now, Baker driving forward 57 minutes in. He'll pass it off to Beatles, and Beatles will lay it off to Donnelly, who puts it into the net when we tie it up at 2-2. Trying to make sure that this one doesn't get away from us, even though we only have 10 men. But Bradford City would come forward late. Near the 80th minute, Evans brings it forward, gives it off to Ismail, and Donaldson with the nice turn and hits it with his left foot into the back of the net. We then try to go team press, try to put some pressure on them. Long King gets his foot on that one. It bounces right back to Bradford City. They put it through again, and Vernum hits the post. It bounces back to him. He puts it in the back of the net, and that would be it. Our first loss of the season in the league. We lose 4-2 to Bradford City off the back of that red card in the 41st minute. If not for that red card, I don't know. I think we probably would have been fine, but you know what? It happened, and we have the first loss, so we got that monkey off of our back. Now, right here, you'll see that I just converted Win from a left back to a center back. He went up 2 ratings. He went up to a 56, and then we gave him a development plan to try to help some of his defending and pace stats before we went into the next game against Oldham Athletic. And this one we were using the full strength side after, everyone was rested, so we could use them. We work it around here a little bit before halftime, and Telford, he scores again. I mean, almost every game he pops up and scores a goal, and we go up 1-0 on Oldham Athletic. And that was nice to be able to get the lead in the game after we lost. We had to start off, pretty well. And right after halftime, we come back out, and Telford this time into the box. He ends up pulling it back, and Bennett with the nice scoop turn and finishes it near post. We're going to take another look at this one because this was a really nice goal. I loved how he just got the space with the scoop turn and then was able to put it home. You can see here the defender on his side, he scoops past him for that little bit of space and puts it near post, and we're able to go up 2-0. We jump all the way to the 71st minute where Scrimshaw puts through Telford. He uses that pace to break away from the defense and puts it home for his second goal of the game, puts us up 3-0, and we have secured ourselves the 3 points for this one, not giving away another lead, not trying to get into a back and forth match at the end of the game. They would come forward here though in the 85th minute and they would pull one back, a nice little through ball, and they finish it first time, but it was little too late, and we end up beating Oldham Athletic 3-1. And that was pretty good to see after a loss to jump right back. After that game, I noticed Bennett was 60 overall, and we go and check, and he is showing great potential. So our first youth academy product to hit 60 overall, and he is showing great potential, which is great to see. I'm really excited to have him in the team for a while, and hopefully he can keep growing with the team. He should be, get up to his mid 80s at least. So I'm really excited to see where he goes. Into this one against Bolton, and as you will see, we're in the 75th minute. Not much happened during this game. It was a really tough one until Telford gets through, and he's going to put that one home. Gives us the 1-0 lead against Bolton. Bolton is near the top of the table this season in League 2. They're a pretty quality side. I had real tough time breaking them down, but we end up going through and winning that one, so that was good to see. After that, we go and we take a look at the monthly scouting reports as we enter a new month, and we get a good one from our English scout. He's only 1 star, but he gives us a pretty good youth product right there. We'll go take a look at him in the youth academy right after this, but he is a goalkeeper, which is nice. We haven't gotten a goalkeeper before. He'd be our first one. And then right here we look at our Welsh scout, what he found in Wales, and we do sign a couple players here. We sign Tom Pendry, who has a really high value, and then we also sign we end up signing Lee Moss here because of his potential. Taking a look at them in the youth academy, Gilbert is the goalkeeper. They're all pretty good rated. Pendry is only 59 rated, and his potential isn't that high, but Lee Moss is 17. His potential 70 to 90, and Gilbert will also have to wait on. So we have some good prospects here, some that we're going to have to wait on, some that we can call up right away. And looking at Lee Moss, he's 5'6", 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. He looks pretty good off the bat, although he's only 51 overall. I decide here that we should promote him to the senior team, and that is what we do. We end up promoting him to the senior team. And before we go into the next game, we also do one more thing. I found this guy, Tim Risky, in the free agent market. He's a Finnish CDM, and I decided that, we could use a little more depth. He's only 21 years old, and we end up agreeing a contract with him for £2,000 a week. Pretty cheap, but we get him in as a nice backup CDM. Now we're heading into the first round of the FA Cup. We're taking on Stevenage, which is a pretty good first round draw. They're at the bottom of League 2 right now. They're near the bottom, probably one of the bottom 6-7 clubs. And in the first half, it's Telford. He goes through, finishes that one with his right foot, and gives us a first half lead. We are up 1-0 in the FA Cup. The board has some outlandish objectives for us for the FA Cup. I think they want us to reach the round of 16, which is ridiculously far, I think, for a League 2 side to expect us to go. But I'm going to try to go as far as I can while not compromising the fitness of the squad. In this one, we had enough time between the next game where I could play the full starting squad, and it paid off here as Labadai makes it 2-0. We were able to perform really well against a team in our league. That's how it would end, 2-0. We go through the first round of the FA Cup, and we'll see what we draw as we go into the further rounds. But we're going to wrap up this episode with a league game against Morecambe. And this one got started off really early. Scrimshaw through to Telford. Telford's going to go down the wing. And instead of finishing this one himself, he's going to be unselfish. Pass it back to Scrimshaw, who's going to put it in the bottom corner. And within 10 minutes, we are up 1-0. Only a couple minutes later, in the 15th minute, Telford comes through again. He puts through Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw goes into the box, decides to pull it back to Labadie, who feeds Telford a nice fake shot, and he smashes it home into the back of the net. So within 20 minutes, we were able to jump out to a 2-0 lead against Morecambe in this one. And from the beginning, I just knew that this one was going to be a goal fest, at least for us. They really couldn't do anything coming forward, and it seemed like every time we came forward, we were going to score, as we do again. Bennett this time. Everyone's getting in on the goals so far. 3 different goal scorers to start it out, and Bennett is able to finish that one, add another goal to his tally. We're still in the first half at this point, and a nice ball comes through. Bennett ends up chasing it a little bit wide, but he's able to hold it up out on the wing. We get a little lucky there with the step overs. We go back inside. Bennett on the run, trying to find some space, trying to find an opening. He ends up seeing that Telford has a little space, and Telford finishes it, and is 4-0 within the first half. And this one started to get just very ugly. Morecambe did not have the enough defense to be able to stop us. Like I said, every time we came forward, it looked like we were going to score, and before halftime, it would end up being 5-0. Telford, again, puts one into the back of the net. He just cannot stop scoring. We'll have to see when he breaks the record for League 2 goals in a season, because he will definitely break that record. He is at, I believe, 29 goals right now, and in the second half, I decided to bring on Lee Moss. Tried to get him involved early. I want to see if he can maybe grow. We can figure out what his potential is, and he gets involved in the 80th minute. He comes forward, and he's going to finish it near post. For his first goal for the club, Lee Moss, the 17-year-old, comes on. He's got that number 9 on, and he scores to make it 6-0. But we weren't done. In the 89th minute, we come forward again. It's Moss again, over to Bennett, another Youth Academy product. He holds it up once again, slots it through, and this time Moss, with the left foot, puts it in. A brace in this match for Lee Moss, and he scores his first and second goal for Newport County. So another good talent coming through the club. Telford with another hat trick. As I said, I believe he's up to 29 goals already in the season, and we win that one easily, 7-0. So that is going to be it for this episode, guys. If you liked the episode, make sure to drop a like on the video, comment, and let me know what you think of the series down below, and subscribe if you are new, and I will see you guys on Wednesday.